In the shadowy depths of a long-forgotten tomb, where the whispers of history echo through the ages, a tale of intrigue, power, and mystery unfolds. Brace yourself for we journey back to the land of ancient Egypt, a realm where the line between gods and mortals blurred, and where the throne of the pharaohs was both coveted and treacherous. The daily life of a pharaoh in ancient Egypt was filled with various activities, duties, and rituals that reflected their role as both the political and religious leaders of the kingdom. In the early hours of the day, a pharaoh would commence their morning rituals. These sacred ceremonies were designed to pay homage to the gods, seek their blessings, and ensure the well-being and prosperity of the kingdom. The pharaoh's divine status made these rituals an essential aspect of their daily life. These religious observances often took place in the sanctified settings of the palace or temple complexes. The pharaoh, accompanied by a retinue of priests and attendants, would participate actively in these ceremonies. The rituals varied depending on the specific religious calendar and the pharaoh's personal beliefs. Personal cleanliness and grooming were integral to a pharaoh's daily routine. These practices were not merely about physical well-being, but also served symbolic and religious purposes. Upon waking, the pharaoh would have their attendants or servants prepare a luxurious bath. The water used was often scented with fragrant oils and strewn with flower petals, creating a sensory experience of opulence and purity. During the bath, the pharaoh's body was meticulously cleaned and scrubbed. This purification process was essential for ensuring that the pharaoh was ritually pure and fit to engage in religious activities. Following the bath, the pharaoh's body was anointed with perfumed oils and ointments. This anointing was not only a sensory indulgence, but also symbolized the pharaoh's divine status and readiness to fulfill their role as a mediator between the earthly realm and the gods. Following the completion of their morning rituals, a pharaoh in ancient Egypt would transition to their vital administrative duties. These responsibilities were essential for the effective governance of the kingdom and maintaining order. After the morning religious ceremonies, the pharaoh would dedicate a substantial portion of their day to state affairs. The pharaoh's court was a hub of political activity, and they would convene meetings with a diverse group of advisors, officials, and scribes. These individuals played crucial roles in assisting the pharaoh in making informed decisions. The pharaoh would consult with a council of trusted advisors, often including high-ranking priests, military leaders, and experienced bureaucrats. These advisors provided valuable insights and guidance on various matters, including foreign relations, domestic policy, and military strategy. The administration of ancient Egypt was divided into numerous administrative departments, each headed by an official. These officials were responsible for specific aspects of governance, such as agriculture, taxation, justice, and construction projects. The pharaoh would meet with these officials to ensure that their policies and directives were being implemented effectively. Scribes held a pivotal role in ancient Egyptian bureaucracy. They were responsible for recording and maintaining records of the pharaoh's decrees, tax collections, and other administrative matters. The pharaoh relied on scribes to keep detailed records of the kingdom's activities. During these meetings, the pharaoh would engage in discussions related to governance, taxation, and justice. These topics were of paramount importance to the stability and prosperity of the kingdom. The collection of taxes was a crucial source of revenue for the Egyptian state. Pharaohs would review tax reports and assess whether the tax burdens on the populace were fair and sustainable. Adjustments to taxation policies might be considered to address economic concerns. The pharaoh played a role in upholding justice and ensuring that the legal system operated smoothly. They would hear appeals from individuals seeking redress for grievances and would work with officials to maintain law and order. As the ultimate authority in the land, pharaohs had the responsibility to issue orders that would be carried out throughout the kingdom. These orders might involve construction projects, military campaigns, diplomatic initiatives, or the implementation of new laws. Temple visits held a paramount place in the life of a pharaoh in ancient Egypt, reflecting their dual role as both political leaders and divine or semi-divine figures. These visits were not mere ceremonial obligations. They were deeply spiritual and served to strengthen the pharaoh's bond with the gods and their connection to the Egyptian people. Pharaohs considered themselves the earthly representatives of the gods, and their religious duties were integral to their daily life. Therefore, frequent visits to important temples and religious sites were a common practice. Pharaohs would present offerings of food, incense, and libations to the gods. The offerings were carefully chosen and prepared, symbolizing sustenance for the divine entities. These offerings were not only physical gifts, but also symbolic representations of the pharaoh's commitment to upholding Ma'at, the ancient Egyptian concept of cosmic order and balance. They sought to maintain harmony between the earthly realm and the divine. Construction and building projects were a prominent feature of a pharaoh's reign in ancient Egypt. These ambitious endeavors served multiple purposes, ranging from showcasing the pharaoh's power and piety to leaving a lasting legacy for future generations. Pharaohs actively participated in the planning and execution of major construction projects. These projects included the construction of temples, pyramids, obelisks, tombs, fortifications, and other monumental structures. Pharaohs made regular visits to construction sites during the daytime. These visits allowed them to assess progress, address any issues or challenges, and provide direct guidance to architects, overseers, and laborers. One of the key roles of a pharaoh was to be accessible to their subjects and listen to their concerns, whether from local officials, common people, or foreign envoys. Pharaohs regularly held open court sessions where individuals from all walks of life could come and seek an audience. This accessibility reinforced the pharaoh's status as a benevolent ruler who cared for the welfare of their people. The pharaoh played a pivotal role in resolving disputes and ensuring that justice was served. They might issue decrees or judgments to settle conflicts and maintain law and order. Pharaohs were not just rulers of Egypt, but also leaders in international diplomacy. Diplomatic interactions were essential for maintaining peace, securing alliances, and managing foreign affairs. Foreign ambassadors and emissaries were received at the pharaoh's court. These envoys represented other kingdoms and came to Egypt for various reasons, including negotiating treaties, discussing trade agreements, or seeking military alliances. Pharaohs often engaged in diplomatic marriages, strategically marrying foreign princesses or royal relatives to form alliances and strengthen political ties. These unions were carefully negotiated and could have significant implications for the balance of power in the ancient world. Diplomacy involved negotiations, where the pharaoh's representatives, often high-ranking officials or advisors, would engage in discussions with foreign emissaries. The pharaoh might personally participate in these negotiations when significant matters were at stake. While a pharaoh's life was often dominated by the weighty responsibilities of ruling an empire, they did find time for moments of relaxation, leisure, and shared meals with their family and trusted advisors. If you found this video as fascinating as we did, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with fellow history enthusiasts, and subscribe to our channel. Do let us know about your thoughts in the comments section below.